To start the recording. Perfect.
Done.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our second session in the series of Google Gemini, which is the very powerful user series of Gemini. And we are on to our second session after Canvas. Dr. Narjeet is with us. We are co-hosting the session through our GEGs, the Google Educator groups. I lead the Google Educator Group Ludhiana, and Dr. Narjeet heads the Google Educator Group Punjab and Amritsar. I am a primary school educator, a Google certified trainer, innovator, and a passionate Google champion. And Dr. Narjeet is a founding principal, director, innovator. I need to think of all that she has. The addition titles. We've got the Google certified trainer, educator, and a Google champion. And I think if I missed anything, ma'am, you can add on. So we are both here to take you through another wonderful learnings that we have acquired over time, and we'd love to share with you. So we are going to start, and today we've divided this session into a little of primary, a little of secondary. So from here, Dr. Narjeet will start with a little recap, and we'll dive into the session right away. Over to you, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to share my screen and then we'll begin right away with what we did last time, and if there is anything that we can do for this time as well. I am sure that last time also we had a good time learning, sharing, innovating. But and this time also we are going to be in the same thing with learning and everything. So welcome everyone. It is the second session, as Harpreet pointed out, of Gemini series, which is on gems. So last time just a quick recap of Gemini Canvas, what we did in the Gemini Canvas and what does Canvas give us. So in Canvas, we studied about an interactive AI workspace within Google Gemini that can shift the experience from a standard chatbot actually to a very creative studio. So instead of relying on a conversational text only window, you can use Canvas to generate, to visualize, to directly edit your projects, your web pages, your games, your apps, your dashboards, your quizzes, your infographics, and what not and what all. I mean, only sky is the limit when we come to Gemini. So, for example, there are so many things that we can do with Gemini. Last time we touched how to create websites and how to create a lesson plan, maybe a rubric. Also, we created a rubric. So all that can be created. And the best thing about Canvas is that you have a secondary window on the left side, and it becomes very, very interactive, wherein you can build with a split screen workspace. So you can actually visualize whatever is happening in real time, and you can make changes in the real time as well. So that was the best thing about Canvas. And we studied about the roads framework. I'm going to quickly go through the roads framework when we come to gems, and tell you how gems can also help us in doing a lot of stuff that can save our time, right, and make us better in our everyday jobs as educators, as admins, as principals, as coordinators. So I'd like to start with a simple example. So imagine that you hire a personal fitness coach or a nutritionist. Maybe I'll take my slide down for that, and then we can have a chat regarding that. I'll stop presenting, and then maybe we'll get to know a real time question answers, a real time interaction if we can have. So my thing is that I want you to imagine that you have hired a personal fitness coach, say a nutritionist also. And every single morning, the person comes to your house to give you a session. And before the session starts, you have to sit down with them for good 10-15 minutes and say, remember, I have a sensitive left knee. I prefer low impact cardio. I have only 30 minutes. I don't do heavy weights. And please don't be aggressive with me. Keep your tone a little encouraging. What happens if you have to repeat this entire speech every single morning just to get to a basic workout plan, right? if this has to happen, you are definitely going to fire that coach by day 3. That why can't you remember what all are my specifications? Why do I have to tell you again and again? You expect a professional to remember your preferences, your boundaries, and your styles after you have told them once. So in our everyday personal lives also, we look for like shortcuts. We don't have time. We are teachers. We have tons and tons to do in our classrooms also. I'll give you another example, and then we will dive into it. We always do save our favorite food orders, favorite restaurants on Zomato and Swiggy, so that we do not have to go to pick my favorite restaurant, or pick my favorite dish, or pick my favorite ingredient, or give them the instructions that please don't ring the bell when you come, or leave the order at the doorstep, something like that. We set up um, also smart home routines, so that one word with Alexa also you do that. You set up your Alexa so that we program in it in the way that Alexa remembers our preferences, right? So think about what we as educators can do every single day when we use AI, which is one of the best things that Gemini and Google has done for us. I want a quick answer on, does this make sense as to why do we have to repeat our preferences, our orders, our boundaries, our time limits, our instructions? Once we have given it, does it make sense that we limit it to what do you call limit it to the time bound thing, and I don't have to repeat it again and again and again? Does that make any sense to you? Do you want that to be done in your classrooms? Give me an example of what would you want to do in your classrooms that saves you time, and we do not have to repeat those instructions over and over and over and again. With children, we have to, but we can save our time. Children will be children. They are kids. They need to learn. They need to grow up. They need to do a lot of things. But would you want us to save our time in planning our classrooms, planning our lessons, planning how I want to be in the classroom, and so on and so forth? Would you like that? Definitely yes. So today we are going to jump into right into Gems as to an AI assistant. So what is Gems for us? What actually Gems does for us? It is your custom built present digital co-teacher that lives in your sidebar. you know it is like a coach. You have TAs, you have teaching assistants in your classrooms. Primary teachers almost till class 3 almost, they have you know TAs. So do you do that with your TAs every time that you go into the class, or every day when you see your TA? Do you repeat the instructions to her that this is your duty, this is your profile, this is what I expect you to do? You don't do that, because you know that you have already given basic instructions to her. It is only the specific that you would want today that you would update her with. So Gem is the equivalent of a TA that you already know, is there with you, knowing your teaching styles, your school's guidelines, your constraints. Your program is ruled once, and then from that moment on, you click it and type a single sentence, and it will give you the tailored school ready work instantly, right? I'll give you one very, very simple example of how the Gem can work. A very simple example, and let's see how that works. I am going to share my screen and show you the window of Gems first. Is my screen visible, everyone?
Not yet, ma'am. Coming up.
Yeah, I think it is coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. So this is what Gemini looks like. This is the interface. This is what the interface looks like. And if you go on this little star of Gemini here on the left hand side, you click on this to open the sidebar. When you open the sidebar, you will see a list of apps, a list of softwares, a list of things that Gemini can do for us. And one of them is Gems. Do you see one of the apps is Gems? Do you all see gems? Because a lot of times teachers also have to say that they don't see gems on their sidebar. There could be a couple of reasons for that. One is it has not been clicked on from the settings, and the other reason could be your IT admin has turned it off. So if you are there with me, and if you are trying it out with me, if you can check, the gems are there. But if it is not there, one, go to your admin. Second, come down to this wheel. All right, there's just settings. Click on the settings, and you will see gems here. You will also see notebook LM here. So if it is not visible, if the notebook LM is not visible, or if the gems are not visible, you can click on it and it will instantly become visible on your left hand side sidebar panel. This is one thing. Secondly, now I go to gems because I want to jump right into gems. This is what the interface of gems look like, right? All this has been pre-made by Google, by their labs, Google Labs, and all this has been pre-made by Google. Now this is, I don't get confused by this. This is Opal, which we will do another session on, and Opal is going to give you a little more detailed view of how we can make our workflow better. But right now, I'll just go into Gems. So there are pre-made by Google's. There's Jam, there's Storybook, Brainstormer, Career Guide. All these are pre-made. A lot of teachers have maybe shared that on the gems also, and you are able to make use of how the educators have done the previous work, and it is available for you to use, right? But I'm going to create a new gem today. So I click on plus, this button, which is plus new gem. I click on this new gem. The first thing I want to give is the name of the gem, because every time this is customized app, so you have to give a name to the app so that you don't forget, right? You don't forget it. This is how we create our gems. So what name do you want to give up? What name do you want to give up to this gem? Say, for example, this is practice gems, simple one. Right? Now the description. Now the description helps you remember what did you make these gems for. For a person like me, when I make a lot of gems, I need the name and the description as to, for example, I will name it lesson plan. And then in the description, I will write this lesson plan gem was made to create a lesson plan for English specifically, and not any other languages, not any other subjects and all. So you have to give a description of. So if you can help me write the description, or I can write on my own. This is for the training of gems with educators. So I'll remember this was the gem made then, and then come the instructions. Now here I will like to go back to Canvas session, and I would like you to remember there was a framework which we used to make our make AI friendlier with us, and to make AI work better for us, because that was the kind of framework that aligned AI to act as someone, a persona, and then help us do our work, which we said as smart prompt engineering, right? There is one lazy prompt, there is one smart prompt. So lazy prompt gives us lazy output, smart prompt is going to give us smart output. Anyone here who would know which prompts are we talking about, and what are we talking about, and what are we saying here? Which prompts are we talking about here? Anyone? Which framework are we talking about here? Rhodes framework, right? What was Rhodes framework? In Rhodes framework, what we did was, one was R for role, and so on and so forth. So here also, I'm going to use the same framework to make a very simple gem, right? I've already created one, so I'm coming to write it here. That is, you are an efficient school teacher so this is what AI is going to behave as. When I type a single topic, instantly generate a 3-question multi-choice quiz appropriate for middle school. Provide 4 options, A, B, C, D, one for each question, and it's very important, write the answer. He do not write any conversational intro or any kind of text. Just give me a simple quiz. Does that make sense to you? Sometimes what happens is when you walk into the class and when you are going to start with the recapitulation, you feel that the children are not responding the way they should have responded. And now what you remember is I need to give them a little revision of what they had learned last time. So let me give them 3-question quiz or a 4-question quiz. Let me see where the children actually are. And then here I'm going to click on save. So you see the save button here. I'm going to click on save. Once I have saved it, it has been created. Now I can simply start my chat also here with the same one. So one gem has been created. Right? Now, previously in other any other kind of AI tool, every time you have to write a quiz, you have to give them explanation into what you are going to do, what you want, what you are expecting, so on and so forth. But here, just see, I just write water cycle, class 7. I do not have to give them any other instruction because I've already customized my gem. So it is instantly generating the gem for which I had already talked about. Does that make sense? I can give it just 2 words. I haven't even defined because I already customized, already made a gem. So let's say photosynthesis. Photosynthesis class 6. I'm not asking it to do anything that make 3 questions, make 4 questions, or give me options, give me A, B, C, D, nothing, because it already remembers what I want from it. And here you go. The quiz is ready. You can share this quiz with the children. You can ask in the class. You can share it to yourself. You can share and upload on your smart boards for the children to see or for you to carry out in the classroom. This is the simplest example for you to understand what gems actually are. Are we good here? Is there anything that I can repeat, I can redo, I can reshow to make you understand how powerful gems are? Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I feel I have, yeah, nice. Thank you. Right. So now that we have understood what are gems, now that we have understood how to create a gem, how to create customized gem for ourselves, I would like Harpreet to start with the gems that the teachers from primary and kindergarten can use, and then I will come to what the senior school and the admin. Like I'm always a once a principal, always a principal kind of a thing. So I would always like my principals or the coordinators or the HODs to use gems for the kind of work they find is becoming a repetition. So I will dig into that later. For now, Harpreet can do, and before that, you can also, if you are not able to make instructions, I'll just one more minute, and then Harpreet can come in. If you feel that you do not have proper instructions to create a gem, you don't know how to create a gem, because every time you are creating a gem, it is not working as the way you want it to work. So what am I going to do here is, you can also ask Gemini to create instructions of that gem for you. For example, I write here, please create instructions to make a gem for lesson plans for class 6, be it any language. So one teacher can create this or subject, any language or subject. Once the teacher has created it, she can share it with the rest of the department of rest of the teachers of class 6, and everybody, that nobody has to keep on doing again and again the same job that one teacher has already done. So I am asking to create instructions to make a gem. And here are they, these are the instructions that have already been given to me by Gemini. You don't even have to think about the instructions. Ask Gemini to give you instructions for gem, to create a gem, and here we are. The instructions are created. You just have to copy paste in the instruction list, and here you go, and then you can share this gem with the rest of the team of class 6, and be it any subject, they are ready to make a lesson plan. And if you want, there is a definite template. For example, there is a definite template for a gem that though sorry there is a definite template for your lesson plan that you want the gems to work on, because schools usually give a format of a lesson plan. So what you can do is you can upload that also. So you can give in name of the gem, then instructions, description, then instructions. You can copy paste the instructions, and here from the plus sign you can add file, upload the file from your computer of the template of the lesson plan, and in the instructions you can say please make it according to the, you can write all the instruction, and in the end say that use the template that I have uploaded. So the school generated template will be used by gems to create lesson plans every time. You just have to copy and paste, and your lesson plans are ready. Here I am going to give a stop, and Harpreet can take it up from here. I think she's going to help you make customized gems for primary and kindergarten maybe first, and then we'll go to senior sections and that part.
That was a quick brief of the last session. Loved it, recapping it, and we have got a clear view of gems, how to create gems, and what can be the gems used for, the objectives. I'm going to dive directly into a few use cases that could be used to create gems. So just allow me a minute. I need to share my screen right here. So I'm going to just open onto a new window. Just allow me a minute. So we are good to go. There you go. Please let me know if the screen is visible.
I guess it is coming up. Yes, we can see it now.
Perfect. So on my have is gems. It's coming up. And there we are. On the left, if you can see, that's something called gems, which we just looked at. So this is your basically the whole left panel, which tells you of your recent chats, your notebook LMs that are integrated, all the notebooks, your recent chats, and all the way down your settings, this little gear button. So I'm going to go dive directly into gems, and we're going to go scroll all the way down right here. So these are the gems, as Dr. Narjeet mentioned, the gems that were created already. At the bottom of the gems, if you see, we've got something that is shared with me. So anything that with you as educator, with your team, let's say you're collaborating with your leads, your admin team, your teachers, you are a cohort of some year group, and you're creating gems to divide and collaborate. This is the space you should look out for all the way down. So these are either created. Now, just to let you know before we proceed, because at the end of my turn, I would say, I would be sharing some editable copies for you. So simply when you need to share something, you click on the share button, which is the regular Google share button, and you have an option to share it like a regular share pop-up that appears. This is where you can share it with people. This is the owner that I have. This is the editor rights I have been given. So when you share it with someone, you can give them the ownership rights or just the viewer rights. Here is anyone with the link. So it's restricted anyone with the link. And here you can change it to a viewer or a reader. Once I say anyone with the link, copy link, and I'm done and I can share that link. That's how easy it is. Let's say I have something that I have created, I want to, or somebody else has created, like I have created something I will share with you. So if I have created something, similarly, somebody has shared me. So here it says Google Forms header. How you will access this is, I will be sharing the link with you. So somebody has shared this with me. I will be clicking on this and the three dots, which we call it as snowman. And we are going to have a new pop-up that says new chat. So you can directly start interacting with this gem, or you can make a copy. The moment you click on making a copy with the link anybody has shared with you, now it becomes your own gem. And there you can tweak it. You can add your instructions, edit the basic instructions of the gem, what you wanted to give. And this is where you'll be able to do this using make a copy. So next we have is, you can locate the gem in the drive. If you know the name of the gem, you can locate it in your drive. Everything, as you're aware, with Google in the workspace is related to drive. So everything that goes in is always available in the drive. So that's easy access. Coming to our new gem is where you're going to start. Before that, Dr. Narjeet spoke about pre-made gems. So if I click on this show more, it's going to expand when it wants to. So yeah, like I said, when it wants. So it's a bit slow there. We will have to give it a little time and it'll show us more. So here, this is an experiment stage storybook, which you must have noticed all over your spaces on your social media. People are creating storybooks. This is where they are creating them from. You've got a productivity planner. So have a look at this. You can make a copy of this and it's already there. A chess champ, a brainstormer. If you have to get a project going, you want to brainstorm ideas onto what all can I do with my kindergartners on this specific project on, let's say, art, and it is on Picasso. So what all can I do? Just not just copying a painting and having them fingerprint or make shapes out of Picasso's paintings. This is where you can brainstorm and get those ideas. And it is not grade specific. It is what something you have to enter. A career guide for the senior kids, your coding partners, your learning coach, your writing editor. So these are some of the pre-made gems. We're going to start with one pre-made gem and then create our own. So we're going to start with storybook. So right here. So already the instructions have been given. Once I click on this, it says create a customizable picture book for either children or adults, given a topic, an optional target audience, age, an optional art style for image. That's again, it says optional, optional. These are again some of the prompts that are given to you to help you begin with. So you can directly click on that, or you can click on something I have. So let's say I have Janmashtami coming up. So generate a storybook on the festival of Janmashtami for grade 1 students with 10 pages and vibrant pictures to go along. So simple prompt. I've given what I need it for. So keeping the roads or the parts when we decide how our prompt should be, not a lazy prompt. So here we have a good prompt right here with grade 1. That's the target audience. We've got to create a storybook. The topic is Janmashtami. We need 10 pages. We need pictures. I think to begin with, let's see how it comes up with our storybook. It will just take a couple of seconds and you will see the magic of storybooks. And all those people who've already used storybook ever will agree with me that is really a wonderful tool for our different age groups. So it's still coming up. We'll just wait for a couple of seconds. While you're looking at that, you can always add with your prompt the plus button, wherein you can upload any file that you have. Let's say you have a specific story online that you have, or a PDF of a storybook that you already have scanned, and you want that to be integrated. That is where you can upload. Again, you can add it from the drive if you have it. You can have more pictures. Let's say you want specific Christian G in that picture, or you want your students to act. Let's say you're acting it as a student library of your storybook. So you want your own students to be featured into that. This is also possible. You can create avatar. Again, import codes from here and copy it into your embedding websites, which we did last time. And it can be on your notebook LM. So it acts as canvas for us. If you were there last time, last week, we had canvas. And again, it's a big canvas that has been introduced right here. So I'm going to click here to have full screen. Look at that, Advit's big celebration, and I am the author here. I can download this also as a regular download, and I can share it with my students. I can add to any place that I want to, and I can also, while it's doing that, I can share it. The moment I click on share, it generates a link. I can share it directly to the social media. I can share it on the email for my parents if we are on leave that day. That's a holiday, school holiday, and we want to share it. That is where it happens. And I can just copy the link, get a go on that. I can also, I'm good to go. The beauty of this is it is also fully inclusive, and it offers us accessibility features. So we've got listen option, wherein the storybook will read to me, and I can change the voice modulation, high pitched voice or a low pitched voice. So let's try to give it a go. It's hung, so we will have to wait a couple of seconds to process.
They are heavy files. They do take time, especially in a meeting or a session. They are heavy files to process. So they take a couple of minutes.
I'm going to close my screen camera, so maybe that'll make it a bit faster. It's still working on it. While it's doing that, I can flip the pages. Look, Advit woke up with a big, bright smile. Today was Janmashtami, birthday of baby Krishna. And you've got the living room. Advit's mother was busy preparing a special place for guest of honor. Can I help Ma? All of that. You know, it's really child-friendly. The images are quite colorful, vibrant. It gives you a feel. There is a mandir that's placed to build that bond. You've got flowers. You can talk about the garlands. Again, the more funky that it talks about, all that. So yes, so it just saves my download now. So all of this. Now, let me see, maybe now the listen will happen. So here.
I think this is a very, very good idea for the visual learners of the classroom. You don't even have to create a story. I mean, you can be innovative and create your own story. Also, you can upload your lesson, right, and turn it into a storybook, easier one, because there is a lot of text in the lesson. Maybe the children who are visual learners, they don't like it, and all the textbooks have only limited number of pictures, especially for 6th, 7th, or 5, 6, 7, and so on. You can definitely upload your PDF of the lesson and ask the gem to convert it into a lot of pictures, a lot of visuals, less of text, but keep the essence of the lesson, right? And there you are. You can differentiate there. And I am a big supporter of differentiation of lessons. So for visual learners, I think now gems have given us a way out as to how we can cater to the needs of the visual learners through picture storybooks.
All right. So that was a quick intake into storybook. Another one I'm going to show you now from the storybook is, let's look at this one. So we saw storybook. Now we are going to move on to our next item, which is the gem creation from the scratch. how we create that, but with a use case. This is a lovely one. Again, I'm not going to go to storybook. I'm going to just go back to a regular gem, and I'm going to create a new one. This is for everybody across admins, across teachers, primary, secondary. So quick look at that. I'm going to create a new gem. That's, let's name it Parent Communication Translator. So here, if I have to describe my gem, I will say translate this to maybe Hindi. And this is my short description of it. I'm going to share this description with you. You are a school translator. I'll paste English text from circulars. You will translate it into formal but easy to understand Hindi, suitable for parents in Delhi or any other state. You can even give it another translation of another language in your region. For example, Gujarati, Marathi, and Telugu, Tamil. Ensure educational terms like curriculum are translated accurately. CBSE has a lot of guidelines that we need to communicate to the parents. So for the local community, it is very easy to give it either bilingual in both languages or just give it into their regional language. So this is where your gem comes in very handy. So I've given it a name. If you look at it, I've given it description. Description is very optional. If you want to give it, it's just for you to remember, but doesn't play much role into the creation of the gem. So here, once this is done, you can see this magic pen right here. I've given it a very basic prompt. I will now use my magic write, which is my magic pen, for Gemini to rewrite my instructions very formally. So it's doing its magic. It's making it very formal, like the Gemini writes a simple prompt into a complex way, how I can explain things. So that is where, look at that. It has given me exactly what I need. My purpose and goals: act as a parent-school communication translator. We've got the behavior rules. So we have the interaction flow, the translation standards. For example, we don't want the 2 version, but the app version to be respectful to the parents. That I did not write. That Gemini understood it's for parents. So the communication, since it's in Hindi, has to be app. So it is very contextual based. And what's the overall tone? Which is professional, respectful, and highly reliable. So that is where it is. I am good to go. I don't have to do anything now. I click on save. Once this is done, I can start the chat. In the meanwhile, while I am starting and interacting with my gem, I'm going to paste my prompt right here in the chat box in case you want to just change the Hindi to something else. Do give it a try. I am back to my prompt. Now I'm going to upload a circular. So I have a file here with a plus. I'm going to upload a file. This was a recent circular shared in a school. That's a competition on collage making, grade 6 to 12th. I just simply attach it. And I say generate. Nothing. I will not write anything. Let's give it a try. I'm just going to simply add my PDF and I'm good to go. I hit submit. Let's see if it can generate a Hindi version. Absolutely, it can. Look at that. The name of the school. We've got the Dinank, 10 July. Rachnatmakta ke liye sahas ki avashyakta. I'm so sorry. Pardon me. Sadar pranam. So I think we're good to go. It has given me English, Hindi both. And we can simply from here, look at that. And the 3 dots right here from my regular chat, more. I can export to docs and I can directly draft it in my Gmail and send my email from there. I can export it into a doc, add it as a PDF. I am good to go. So my conversion, my translation is done. It can be also used for any foreign language that you may be teaching in your school. So that is again one gem that is created. So please do give it a try with the chat space prompt that I've given. Moving on to my next gem, which is again, we all do a lot about reading. So this is my favorite gem. This is for any grade. It can be for kindergartners. It can be for my higher secondary students. It can be for the lower primary, upper primary, all of them, and it acts wonderfully onto my instructions. So here I'm going to create another gem. So new gem right at the bottom. It will ask me a title. So I will give it a reading buddy. That's really my favorite. The slowing down of computer certainly is not my favorite bit. Okay, so reading buddy. And I'm going to simply Control V, copy paste my prompt. It is a very interesting prompt if you look at it. It says, you are my classroom reading buddy assistant. Your job is to support reading instruction for students across K-12. So I've given it a varied year group, age group, based on grade and topic I provide. So it is not restricted to any grade or topic at this moment. You will help me generate reading comprehension passages, leveled summaries according to the grade, vocabulary list, reading questions, and age-appropriate reflection prompts. You will also suggest post-reading extension tasks like exit tickets for creative writing or just for simple illustrations. Your responses must be student-friendly, engaging, and include a mix of literal and inferential questions. Keep the tone warm, curious, and supportive of the literacy growth. So there you go, the reading buddy prompt on your chat. And there you go. Let's see. I will ask again my magic Gemini to modify it a bit, make it a bit more stylish. And I am good to go with just as soon as it's there with my tone, everything. I pretty much did everything with a layman's language of whatever my expectation was. And once it's done, I can use it across. So if you're creating it for your department or for your teachers, create it, share it with them, and they will love it and thank you forever. It can be for any language. I didn't specify the language also. So it stays start chat. Now my first question, I need to start interacting with my reading buddy. So my first question will be, I want to create a comprehension activity. So to save time, I'm just copy paste it right here. So create a reading comprehension activity for grade 3 about El Nino effect. All of us are talking about and hearing about the El Nino, because of which there is a lot of heat to do with the Pacific Ocean, and a lot of European countries facing severe heat wave at this moment, and the students in India are talking about it. So I wanted to create a small comprehension with literal and inferential questions. Let's see how it can help me. So I gave it grade 3. All right, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's good to go. Are we ready? Yes. So there you go. So the reading passage, the ocean's warm surprise, El Nino. So there is a little comprehension for my third graders. You've got a leveled summary in like 2 lines. You have a vocabulary list. So equator, massive drought. You've got some literal questions. You have some inferential questions. There's an extension activity to be a weather reporter and draw yourself outside standing during an El Nino. Now you can further interact with it, generate a quiz based on the same. So I can even talk to it. It's reiterating what I want and keep chatting with it, which is called a link chat or a chain prompting. This is called chain prompting, when you're talking to it again and again until you get what is exactly required. So this is my reading buddy assistant. So it has created a quiz. So remember, from a regular chat space, it's come back to my quiz generation that it has created, and it is really digital. It can be included into your Google Classroom directly. So here it is giving us a quiz right here. It is still generating, it says. And are we good to go? Yes. So it has created a little text for me. We can quiz them on the basis of it. Generate 5 questions quiz. Sometimes we need to be very specific. So you see the lazy prompt that was. So let's see if it can still understand my interesting prompt. This is where we spoke about the canvas feature. It's still working on it. The moment it's done, you can, any paragraph that you think is not appropriate or too complex for your students, you can make it simple. If it is too simple, can be made into complex or longer text. That can be done even by paragraph that you want. So there, the text has been generated and converted into a quiz. So after reading that, you can do a quick quiz on screen, and this is where it is. So it says, according to the passage, what happens to ocean winds? Let's see if I can just, they get weaker. So there is the correct answer, which I got incorrect. And let's say I do calm and sunny days, dry weather and droughts. And that was again wrong. So it is just giving me, so I did not read the question, to be honest. So here you go. You have got the share. This is where you can share your quiz right from here and onto your Google Classroom or any other LMS that you're using. So that is the idea of generating a reading buddy. So I hope that interests you as well. It has been shared. Tweak it to your needs, and we are good to go with that. Next one I have is lovely for, my screen is a bit slow. It's coming up as my, one second. Next one I have already created is called something called teachers stickers. This is something which the kindergarten teachers would love. So you all can automatically, I'm sure, make your lesson plans, your quizzes, your reading buddies now. This is something very interesting I found, and I thought it'll interest everyone. So there's this group of students who went out for a picnic. And post picnic, there are lots of fun and they had a lot of activities, and I want to give them a quick appreciation of their interactivity and how they were during the picnic time. So I'm going to name it as teachers stickers packs. So stickers. So here I'm going to give a prompt. This is a big one. Sorry, it copied the wrong one. I'm going to copy it here. I already elaborate. I don't know why it's not taking it. I'm sorry. Coming back to it. Just allow me 1 minute. Okay. I think I'm okay to go now. Just give me a minute. So by now you can already think of all the sticker labels that you would want your students to create and to get. So good job, way to go, you rock, all of that. Yeah. These are all the comments that you normally put in a report card as one words or motivational. See my, just a minute. My docs is completely stopped. Just again, I think my camera, I'm going to mute, close my camera so the system comes back on track. Yeah. It's just copying. Just allow me a minute. Another minute. All right. Let's give it a try on pasting it right here. Yes, finally. Okay, I'm going to show you what it is. So it's already, I had given it a simple prompt. I will share this with you certainly. It says purpose and goal: act as an expert designer of stickers specifically tailored for teachers to provide student feedback. This is one of my ideas of using it for an outing or a quiz that people did, the students did. Transform the teacher provided images with phrases into professional die cut stickers. These can be given to them. They can use a glue stick, behavior and rules, consultation phase. They can ask the user to upload. So if I'm a teacher, I'm using this prompt, I can ask, the prompt will ask me to upload any specific images I have in mind. Let's say I have a Christmas theme and I want all my stickers to be based on Christmas theme. I can mention that. Great job, keep it up, way to go, keep working, any of that. And I want to use British spellings, or I want to use the American spellings, or Australian spellings, New Zealand spellings, or Hindi spellings. Give it anything. Or I don't want to do it, you can always remove that also. So I click on save and I am good to go. I want to start chatting and interacting with my prompt. So here I will ask it, okay, start chat. And now my next prompt is generate 10 motivational colorful stickers for my kindergarten students as post-picnic fun. They should be circular in shape. I can give it a shape also. Add any 10 motivations. Now I don't have a list off my head right now. So I just want to ask it to give anything based on these. Way to go, had lots of fun, etc. And I will just hit my submit. It's creating an image for me. It's like a sticker board for me. And we are good to go, I think. And there you go. Way to go. Had lots of fun. Great adventure. Super picnic or amazing day. And there it is. How I can use it by simply downloading my image. And I am good to go. So here is what is the stickers that I have. Now, before I move on, I think I've taken more than what was required. I will share with you another cool prompt. It's still downloading. So here is a link to your chat space. Okay, I will save this. This is a classroom header. We all use Google Classrooms most of the times, and each time either it is a very monotonous and boring classroom header, or you can ask Gemini to create it using the gem that you want to create. So I'm giving this to you. The only way you have to use it, either interact directly, or if you want to change it according to your requirements, have a look at how the prompt is. Just click on the 3 dots and you click on make a copy. So, and each time, let's say you have a Christmas coming up, you can always use this as Christmas theme header. You have some upcoming event in your school or a science quiz, you can always do that. Another one is a Google form header. So this one again is very interesting, wherein you can create Google form headers using this prompt. Again, 3 dots, make a copy and use this, save it as your own gem. And you can just add, I want to create a header for whatever. You can just upload the flyer and the advertisement, the page, the PDF, your basic document, and say create a header. It will automatically take the date. It will automatically take the title, anything that is required out of that to make it a header, it will be given. So I think that's from me. Any questions? I will be taking it up in the chat space. Over to you, Dr. Najit. I'm going to stop presenting right here.
That was brilliant. So many things in such a short time. We have been able to explore so much in a very, very short time, right from classroom headers to everything else. Reading Buddy definitely is my favorite too, because something that we're all struggling as teachers, as English teachers, especially language teachers, is how the children are not responding to the reading skills that we want them to be at, the levels that we want them to be at. And this classroom header also, I use a lot. And thanks for sharing. It was beautiful. Stickers I have never, explored before. So sticker thing was also very, very interesting. Very interesting. So the next thing I will come to is, of course, for the senior teachers, what all we can do. I'm going to share my screen. And once more, Let's dive into the things that you know senior teachers can do. So for I feel that for senior educators, actually, the absolute heaviest administrative and cognitive burden is shifting assessments away from the rote memorization towards the new CPSC, ICSC competency-based framework. So that is very important. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Yes. So it is very important for us to be, mobilization of the new competency-based framework. So I know I, as a teacher before also, and now also I see this teacher spending hours trying to invent very high stakes case-based questions, assertion reasoning items, higher order thinking skills questions that perfectly mimic the board patterns and exam patterns. So if you use a standard AI tool, it will usually split out your lazy direct recall questions like define inflation or what is Ohm's law, and what did Shakespeare do in Othello, or so on and so on, which are actually not very useful for the modern board exams, because the boards are increasingly changing the patterns and moving towards competency based framework. 30 to 40% of the paper is coming with questions with competency based framework. So the single most useful gem that you can gift as principal also, or all those who are here, you can also gift your senior faculty, is a high stake competency assessment designer, right? So when creating this new gem in the Gemini sidebar, paste the text. I have already created one. So if it is all right, I'm just going to go and paste it for you, and let's see if it works for you. You can, like Harpreet showed, you can also go and paste a simple one. Uh, you know, you can go and paste a simple prompt which you understand should be the kind of instructions, and then click on this magic button of Gemini to generate a prompt. This is one way. Secondly, you can also go to Gemini and ask Gemini to create a proper prompt for you, for the kind of, you're giving it a context as to why do we want it. And here the context that we are working about is high stake competency based assessment designer. I'm sure all of us are struggling with that, especially the teachers of senior sections, people taking board exams. So what you have to do it, first of all, you have to give it a name. So let's say assessment designer competency based, and it is not subject specific. See, you can make it subject specific if you want, but because I am going to share it, I have shared it with all the senior teachers in the school. I haven't made it subject specific, because then it is only useful for one kind of, or one team of teachers, which is not a good idea. Description, if you want to, you can write, or you can skip if you don't, but for me it is very important for me to remember what I made it for. So maybe I'll write board pattern questions, right? And then the instructions are here. I always go with um, the roads framework. So the role here is that you are an expert senior secondary assessment specialist. You are familiar with the latest CPSC, ICSE board exam patterns, NEP 2020 competency framework, Bloom's taxonomy, evaluation, creation, analysis. And what is the objective? Transport or transform a standard textbook topic or chapters into high quality board exam aligned competency assessment items. And then details are that for every single topic the teacher inputs, you must generate at least 3 kinds of questions. But if you do not know what kind of questions are going to be there, then ask them to refer to the board exam pattern, and GEMS will do that for you also. Here this plus sign is there, as I mentioned earlier also, and I'll complete this. And the sense check is, please do not use direct rote memory questions. Don't use questions like define, state the formula, list the types. You have to make sure that every single question must require the students to apply, to analyze, or to evaluate a scenario. And keep the language academic, keep the language strictly aligned with the senior school standards of the board examinations. Done? We have given all kinds of instructions. Now, just to be double sure, I want it to go through the pattern. For example, here I have a file of, say, the biology exam of ICSE school of 2025, because the pattern changed a lot. I'm going to open it. One gem is for every teacher, and now, because like Harpreet showed, you can also customize the gem that have been shared with you. Right now, I am going to customize. If I'm a bio teacher and my principal had shared this gem, I'm going to make it my own, make a copy, and then upload this bio paper to make it easier for me to make it subject specific. And here I go. I click on save. Right, I am ready to start conversing with my first chat here. So what would I write? Make a sample paper of, say, marks 30 for UT exam. Use, but that's all you have to give. I can give specification if I like, but what is the use of a gem if I have to make it over and over again and give instructions? So once I have given detailed instructions of how I want my sample paper to be, how I want my competency based question paper to be, I can use it for any language, anything. So for it is right here, general instructions, assertion reasoning questions, 5 marks. It has divided a 30-mark question using all kinds of questions and allotting marks accordingly. Right? You can convert this into, create a 50-mark based on lesson also. Particular lesson also you can give, say lesson, or say chapter 5 of bio class 12. Here we go. It is going to give you all the whole. See, you do not even have to generate a question paper, not even one. It is generating a question paper based on how you want everything to be, right from the instructions to including all kinds of questions and allotting marks according to its understanding of the gem that you have created for it. This is one kind of gem that you can create as senior teachers, of generating question papers. So right from specifically giving every kind of instruction, every time that you want a question paper, create a gem, so that you do not have to give repeated instructions over and over again. And every time you just have to write 50-mark question paper bio, 30-mark question paper chemistry, 50-mark question paper English, so on and so forth. So this is one kind of a gem that you can use. If you want, I can copy paste this prompt. Would you like me to copy paste this prompt in the chat box? I can definitely do that, and you can use it for your understanding. And you can make a little variation here and there as to how you would want your prompt to be. Here we go. The next gem that I can create as a again, as a teacher, as a senior school teacher, is, a lot of times what happens is we are not able to create the chunks of the complex lessons in the way our children can understand. Right? There is a lesson. There are top 10-20% of the class which has understood the whole lesson, but there are children who would like that chunk to be divided into, or that complexity to be divided into smaller chunks. And for that, I would need the customization of gems. So every time you do not have to do that again, go to gems, create a new gem, give it a name, say making concepts simpler, really, and give instructions as to, I am going to give a plain instruction, and let's see how Gemini can convert it into a prompt that can be used variedly by this gem to make the things easier for us. I need to make the lesson understandable to the kids who are more, say, visual learners, right? One kind of differentiation I'm going to give. For visual learners, we can do it for auditory learners also. So I am going to ask the Gemini to rewrite this prompt instruction for me, and let's see what it creates for us. In the meantime, you can also give me the names of the lessons in the chat box that you find your children find hard to understand, and I will see if I can create that lesson into simpler form and in simpler instructions. So here it is, descriptive. All this is for the visual learners, right? And I click on save. If I can see it in the chat, are there any lessons that you would want me to take up? The names of the lessons from NCRT, ICSC, CBSE, or IB, Cambridge, anywhere that you would want me to turn into simpler chunks. If not, then I'm going to use my own. I'm going to start on. Harpreet, in the meantime, if there's anything in the chat, do let me know, okay?
Ma'am, for the
But for
moment,
my,
all is good. Yeah.
yeah, all is
The
good. So
enemy.
let's,
There is one is called the enemy.
of course, the enemy. That is very CBSE English, class 12 English.
Yes.
So let's do that. Let's do that. Class 12 enemy English. And here we go. Please don't look at the spellings. We are in a hurry to complete this section now. So making concepts simpler. Now it is going to ask you to a literature class. How would you want it? You know, is it a particular, because it hasn't understood the name of the lesson. So I'm just going to take a think of beauty maybe. And what is the target group? What is, so it is asking you to go deeper into and see the core concept. Visual analogies are here, which you can use. Visual anchors are here, which you can use. Show but don't tell activities there, which you can use. All of that is going to create, or I can tell it simply to make it picture based. And it will going to give you a light bulb moments where you can create images also. Like Harpreet just showed, you can take it to the storybook thing also. And I have been using it for a long time. You can create a story out of the lesson which you think are going to be found, uh, you know, difficult to understand. So this is one gem that we can use for senior. For admin, there's another. Well, what are the things that the admin principals and coordinators have to do every day? And for every time that they want to write something, they are going to feel a little difficulty as to what to do. What do you think the administrators find difficult to do? Or everyday job, and every time there has to be a definite pattern as to how do I write and given a job to do. Are there any principals or coordinators here? Because I am a principal for a very long time, and what I find always hard to do is writing the lesson observations. I have to go for at least 2 observations every day, the lesson observations, and every time giving it a proper kind of notes into my, and then I am one who would not like the pattern of the communication or a template of that communication to change for every teacher. The template should be same because that has been provided by the school, or we have generated one template, because the teachers also get confused, because if you keep on changing the templates of how it was last time to this time, the teachers will also have an idea of where to look for but these are my highlights area. I am going to go straight into highlight as to what the principal wants me to improve in the classroom, or what are my strengths. So I am not the believer of changing the templates over and over again. So if I keep the template same, I can go on and give the prompt as to, in the gems of instructions, as to how I want my lesson observation to be like. And here we go. I create a new gem, name it. I'm copy pasting the instruction here, is lesson observation. I can see Mrs. Gandhi here. She's one of the, she's in the admin area. So I think this is going to help a lot. People like us who have to do observations every other day. I do it every day for at least 1 or 2 classes. I do it every day, and I can start a chat now. I've given it all my expectations, and if you have a format that your school uses, you can click on that plus sign and give the format also. And now my turn to give my raw material of the observation that I collected. So what I can do is I can use a microphone also. I usually don't even write it. I use a microphone, and I observed Mrs. Kaur's class today. The hook that was used was very, very useful for the children, and the children were pretty engaged. She did not close the class properly, and the homework was not given. The class stretched beyond the limits of 40 minutes. She should be more into creating a classroom or generating a lesson plan that helps visual learners, auditory learners in differentiation also. That's it. I have given my auditory notes. I've given my, voice notes, and it has converted into text. I do not have even write anything. For you also, for anything, you don't even have to write anything. And I submit. So here are the general details, observation details of what was the subject, what was the grade, I haven't specified, lesson duration, and here is the evaluation matrix as to what was the evidence, what was the student engagement, what was the assessment for learning, and the recommendations. These are the recommendations for the teacher to work on. And I always send this prompt. I always use this, pre-meeting. When I want to meet the teacher after the observation is done, I send this a little note to the on the mail, along with the entire thing, along with the observation, to tell the teacher about, in just one line of prompt, as to what you have to reflect on when we meet to talk about your class, talk about your observation. Your opening hook was wonderful, but I noticed we ran out of time to wrap things up. As we prepare for our discussions, please come prepared with how might we design a quick 5-minute closure routine that helps you check for understanding. So the teacher is not coming blank here. She's coming prepared with what I can improve with my lesson, and this is the point of discussion, right? So this is the whole, every time you do not have to tell it. The same thing if I want to do for another teacher, same pattern, same template will be given to me, so that I do not deviate from the template, but the notes for every teacher is going to be different, because my notes in the observation are going to be different. If that makes sense, this is what admins and coordinators can use. There are more, and please reach out to us on our emails if you want more prompts like this, or more more gems like these. But for now, I think we are good with the gems for today, because we are running really, really long now, and I will like to come back to the session at least.
Yes, that was a very fruitful session, and I think we all had a lot of exposure, starting from basic kindergarten to going up to higher secondary and to the admin tasks. So I think we've done justice to this tool, and it is not just the limit. There is more to explore in GEMS, as we all are aware. So I think the more you explore, the more better it gets. The more you think of, there is no limit to it. It will give you more ideas, and ask and use Gemini to create your prompts, even for the gems, and it will give you wonderful things. So I think that's it from us. Ma'am, if you can share the feedback form, that
Yes,
would
give
be
me a
great.
second. First,
We
I'm
had
going to yeah, share the
Go ahead.
feedback form,
Yeah.
and then your for the certificates as well. I'm going to share a link for the certificates as well. So here we go. This is the feedback form. It will be really kind of you. You can fill and help us make our sessions more fruitful, more engaging, and do tell us about the kind of sessions that you want us to bring you. This is the feedback form, and this is the form for certificate. Kindly go ahead and fill it and get your certificates right into your mails. And
Perfect.
somebody wanted a link of the lesson observation that I've just created. So let me share that link as well. It is getting a little heavy, but definitely I will not close before because I've been asked to. I will give you the link before I close this session. Just in the meantime, you can verbally give us the feedback as well, please. You are more than happy to listen to hear your comments.
Ma'am, can you check the form once again? It's not able, people are not able to open it. I'll also check
Which
at
one?
my end. The form.
Which one? Which one? I've shared
The
two forms.
One second. They are
I'm able to access.
all right because somebody's written not able to open. Unable to open. Ethel, ma'am, if you can specify which one. There are two forms there. It's opening at
Let
my
me.
end also, so it's good. We're good to go. All right. And just to remind you, as we promised, we had uploaded the session last time's recording on GEG Ludhiana and GEG Punjab-Amritsar. And the description has the feedback forms as well. So anytime you feel you want to access the recordings and then get it generated, you can do that. Feel free to do that as well. Please fill up the form. Opening the form. Dr. Hetal.
Which form are we talking about? Ethel, I shared two of them. So which form are we talking about, Ethel? The certificate one. Harpreet, can you check? Because at my end, this is opening. Also, I've checked with my other Chrome IDs.
1 second. Thank you, Panna ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pala ma'am.
Najit ma'am, the ideas that you showed for observation are really wonderful.
Yeah, I knew Panna would love it. It makes our job very, very easy as heads of the
Yeah, because that is very useful for us.
yeah. Am I audible? No, both the forms are not same. It's just that because of the header there. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, yes, you are.
So because of the headers, they are getting confused. The headers are the same, but the forms are not same. I have started getting responses to both the forms. So I guess they are,
Both are accessible now.
yeah.
Thank you, Panamam. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Ma'am, can you share the link once again?
Link of which one?
Check.
Certificate?
Both of them. Both of them. And
All right. This is the first one I'm sharing is certificate. Check, Harpreet, which one is this? I think this is certificate.
Just opening, ma'am. This is the online live participation certificate. Yes.
Yeah. And the one I'm going to share now is the feedback.
Both are opening, ma'am. So we are good to go.
Yeah.
Dipanvita ji, please check once again. Both one by one. The first one is participation. Second is feedback form. Perfect. I think we are good to go.
Yeah, I think we are good to go now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are here for another 2 minutes and we're going to close the call by then. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. You can access the forms, the recording in the respective YouTube groups. So do follow, subscribe, and get yourselves added on to the GEG groups so that you can get the latest updates. Bye-bye.
That's all from us. I'll see you next Sunday. Maybe I'll see you all next Sunday. We'll see you all next Sunday with another session added to the series.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. See you then.
See you. Bye-bye.